guys, it's Mrs. Barton here. Welcome to a new thing that we're going to be adding on to the third grade website, and that's where we'll be doing video tutorials of new topics that we're working on covering in class. As you know, we've just finished up our chapter in math on subtraction, and now we're going into our chapter on model drawing. I know for some people this is a new concept, and because of that, I thought it'd be great for us to take a look at it as our first webisode topic. To start with, let me tell you what model drawing is. Basically, model drawing is the Singapore math approach to solving word problems. The way it works is you take different unit bars to represent factors within the problem and put them together to determine which information you're missing and how to best find it out. The reason you do this is really just to create a visual aid for the kids to help them so they can see exactly which pieces of information they have and which ones they need to still discover. When you're doing model drawing, you want to follow these 6 steps. So you can take a look here. Our very first step is pretty self-explanatory. It is to read the problem, okay? A step that a lot of people skip because they just go right into the numbers. But it's very important to take your time and read the problem. Once you've read it once, go through and read it a second time. The second time you read it, you want to identify the who and the what. After you've done that, you're ready to start your work. Your third step will be to draw the unit bar for each variable. Once that is done, you'll look at your unit bars to see if you can figure out which piece of information you are missing. Finally, you're ready to do your actual math work. This is where you'll do your addition, your subtraction, your multiplication, your division. Whichever operation is required, step 5 is when you will complete it. And then finally, number 6, as the students will tell you, if the problem has words, your answer must have words. So they will write their answer in a complete, grammatically correct sentence with punctuation. Okay. Again, the students are going to get a copy of these steps and they'll keep them in their book. Anytime you guys need them, they're here, come back, re-reference this video. Let's take a look at 2 different problems now to show you actually how these steps are put into action. The first problem we're going to look at is right here. I'm not going to tell you what operation it is so we can work it out together. Okay, so reminder, the very first step is you want to read the problem. The problem reads, the gym teacher pays $240 for new gym equipment. The science teacher pays $85 more for science equipment. How much does the science teacher pay? Okay, good. We've done our first read through. Take a second, think about it. Now we're ready to do our second read through. This time you want to identify the who and the what. So I like to take different color, kids will take a pencil, pen, anything they have to identify the stuff. So we have the gym teacher. That is one of our main people. He's paying $240 for new gym equipment. Then we have the science teacher, and he's paying $85 more for science equipment. How much does the science teacher pay? Here we've covered our main characters, gym teacher, science teacher, and the amounts of money that they're spending. We are now ready to draw a unit bar for each variable. We will start with our gym teacher because he is the one who's mentioned first. So the first thing you want to do is identify who you are writing about, and that is the gym teacher. And we will draw the unit bar to represent what the gym teacher has. We know the gym teacher has paid $240. That's a straight fact from the problem. So we can draw one unit bar to represent $240. This is what the gym teacher has paid. The next step is to look for our next character, the science teacher. So we will label him. Our science teacher's right there, and now we want to make his unit bar. We know that the science teacher has paid $85 more for his equipment. This keyword here is more, and that should signal to you, not only has he paid what the gym teacher has paid, but he's paid $85 in addition to it. So you want to replicate the gym teacher's bar, so make an identical size unit bar for the gym teacher, or for the science teacher, that has $240 in it. This shows the initial amount he's paid. Now we need to include the $85 extra. To do that, you'll take a smaller unit bar and add it onto the end of the science teacher's unit bar. This bar is worth $85. Okay. Now our unit bars are drawn, and we need to look at them now to see what is missing. Again, go back to your problem. How much does the science teacher pay? We can see our science teacher has a part, but is missing the whole. So what we want to do is draw two lines to show we are missing the whole that is created when you put your part and your part together. Okay. This is a signal to us that the operation we will be doing is addition. We need to add part 1 to part 2 to get our whole. At this point, you can go ahead and work out the computation. So you will do $240 plus $85. 0 plus 5, 5. 4 plus 8, 12. Bring down the 2. Carry the 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. $325 becomes the whole. You can now place that in your unit bar. And our final step is, since our problem has words, our answer needs to have words. We will write, the science teacher paid $325. Make sure I have punctuation because it needs to be a complete sentence. And my problem is solved and my problem is complete. Take a second and look at it. Hopefully you were able to follow along with that. Now we're going to take a look at a second problem. This problem is a little bit different, but it's still going to be following the same steps that we've already gone over for the Singapore model drawing method. Let's read this problem together. It says, Terry and Sam bake 127 muffins for a class party. Terry bakes 43 muffins. How many does Sam bake? Okay? Again, think about our steps for model drawing. As long as we follow those steps, we're going to be okay. Step 1, read the problem. We have done that. Step 2, identify the who and the what. Okay? Right off the bat, we see Terry. He is a who. We see Sam. He or she is a who. Okay? They are baking muffins. We know they've baked 127 muffins. We also know that Terry baked 43 of the 127 muffins. Using this information, we are ready to start drawing our unit bars. So again, what you need to do is determine what the unit bars are going to be measuring. This unit bar is going to be measuring muffins. We know how many Terry has baked, and we want to figure out how many Sam is going to make. So we'll write out muffins. And we know that we have a whole this time of 127 muffins. What we also know is that Terry was responsible for baking a part of this whole. He was responsible for 43 of the 127 muffins. So what you want to do at this point is break the whole apart to represent the fact that Terry has baked 43. Okay, so think about it, 43, it's decently less than half, so you'll make a unit bar maybe about right here. And we'll say that this is 43, and we'll label it with Terry, so we know that this is the muffins he was responsible for. Okay. At this point, we can see, okay, I have my whole, I have a part, I'm missing a part. Okay, so this is what we are looking for. And we know that when we have a problem where the whole is represented and we're missing a part, the operation we'll be doing is subtraction. So we can now compute our numbers. So we have 127 minus 43. We know that 7 minus 3 we can do, and we will get 4. 2 minus 4 you cannot do, so you go over to your hundreds, you take it away. You turn your 2 into a 12. 12 minus 4 will give you 8. The answer that we've gotten is 84 muffins. We'll plug that in now into our second part, get 84. This would be a great point. Hey, I have the whole. Why not check my work real fast to make sure it's right? The way you'll check your work, add up your parts. If you get your whole, you're good to go. Let's make sure. 43 plus 84. 3 plus 4 is 7. Looking good so far. 8 plus 4 is 12. We get 127. So we know we found the correct part. All that's left to do now is to write your answer in words. Sam baked 84 muffins. We'll add that down here. Again, make sure you end it with punctuation, and our problem has been successfully solved. Hope you guys enjoyed checking out an addition bar model problem and a subtraction bar model problem. This is just a brief example of what we'll be getting into in the weeks to come. If you'd like, I'll add more and more examples for you guys to see. Please also email me with any questions, or if you guys have any topics too that you'd like to see brought on for future webisodes. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson in model drawing, and hopefully you'll try it out at home, work on it with your kids, and have some fun. Thanks.